We bring you the lunch edition of MBC News with me, Romeo Omari. Our top stories this afternoon. The Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change appeals for the speedy completion of the Colongo Multipurpose Dam to avoid overspending on the project. Women in the country urged to go for cervical cancer screening for early prevention and treatment. Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority emphasizes the importance of enhanced ICT services towards achievement of Malawi 2063. In our first story, the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change has asked for the swift completion of the Colongo Multipurpose Dam to avoid overspending on the project. The project, which has seen its cost more than double from 60 billion kwacha to 133 billion kwacha, is now scheduled for completion by June next year. Chairperson of the committee, Tiaone Henry, emphasized that allocating adequate resources for the implementation of the project would enable contractors to finalize the work on time and within budgets. Details in this report by Trust Ofesi.
The construction of the Colongo Multipurpose Dam, which started in March 2023 and was expected to be completed in February 2026, has shown commendable progress, with both the dam and the water treatment site now at 80% completion rate. Central Region Water Board Acting Chief Executive Officer Bukawaya noted that the critical component requiring attention is the procurement and construction of a pipeline from the dam to Mponela and Madisi trading centers.
The total pipeline for this project, it's a total length of 47 kilometers from here at the dam to Mponela. Currently, the pipeline that has been procured under the project is 16 kilometers. So we still have about 30 kilometers of pipeline that is yet to be procured for the project, which is significant at the moment.
Chairperson for the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change, Tiaone Henry, expressed hope that the speedy completion of the project will create business opportunities for communities around the dam through both crop and fish farming.
It's quite a big project which is going to benefit almost 191,000 beneficiaries and almost close to 141,000 households having potable water. It's quite huge, so we are impressed as members of Parliament.
Once the project is complete, the Central Region Water Board is expected to pump 40 million litres of water per day from the dam to Madisi and Mponela, with nearly 5,000 households benefiting through irrigation facilities for crop production as well as fish farming. Trust Office, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Government says it is ready to scale up its support for the aquaculture industry to boost the national economy and improve food security. Minister of Natural Resources Patricia Wiskesi made the remarks in Lilongwe during a special visit to the Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources Luana Aquaculture Center of Excellence. Charles Wahara has got the details in this report.
During the visit, Wiskesi noted that the Luana Aquaculture Center of Excellence is key in fish production in the country and therefore requires government support for academic research and consumption. She pointed out that fish production can earn Malawi foreign exchange, hence the need to empower the Center of Excellency with resources that can promote productivity and academic research.
The reason that we came here is actually to sit down and discuss with the team in terms of the support that they require from government, and we are very ready to provide all the necessary support that we can. If it means we have to introduce a tax waiver for the products that they are importing to ensure that we bring down the cost as government, we are very ready to do that. But where necessary, we are also ready to finance, whether from government coffers and from development cooperating coffers as well, development cooperating partners coffers as well, to ensure that we bring in the necessary support.
Luana Vice Chancellor Professor Emmanuel Kaunda commended the minister for the visit, saying government and academia work together along the lines of policy and research. Professor Kaunda also commended the government for its support in various fields, adding that increased support in aquaculture at Luwana will lead to higher fish production, noting that the institution currently produces 22 million quality juvenile fish.
If you look at countries that are doing well in aquaculture or in many sectors, government works very, very closely with academicians, with private sector. Government's role is to provide guidance, is to provide policy environment, is to support the initiative. Now, what we like about this is that government has an agenda for now. We've seen in the papers, they have advertised that they're going to erect 100 cages. 100 cages is no mean business. If we're going to be successful in that initiative, us as academicians and government must work very, very close together. Because why? They will need seed. They will need, we call them fingerlings, the small fish. And who is going to produce those fingerlings? You have seen the capacity which we have here. As of now, we can be able to produce 22 million seed, but not just seed, quality seed.
The Africa Center of Excellence in Aquaculture and Fishery Science at Luwana was established in 2016, funded by the World Bank Group, with the mission to produce skilled human resources in aquaculture and fisheries for Eastern and Southern Africa. Charles Wahara, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Deputy Commissioner of Police for the Northern Region, Isaac Norman, has warned the police prosecutors against the corrupt practices in the line of duty. Speaking at the opening of a day-long training workshop in Mzuzu, Norman urged the officers to maintain integrity when discharging their duties to ensure the fair administration of justice. Blessings Gondwe reports.
According to Norman, police prosecutors are crucial in achieving conviction of perpetrators in court. He said this is why they organized a capacity building workshop for the prosecutors in the Northern Region. He further emphasized the need for professionalism of prosecutors when discharging their duties.
When the case has been brought to the prosecutor, it has to be in line with a specific law. For example, if it is to do with theft, which section in the penal code is talking about a theft? If they do not draft it properly, that amounts to an acquittal or a discharge. So in order to avoid more discharges or acquittals, it is necessary that the prosecutors are conversant with the law and how they can draft particular charges to particular offences.
Regional Prosecution Officer for the North, Superintendent Beth Msoya, said some laws have changed and it was necessary for the prosecutors to undergo the training.
Most of the prosecutors, they are not trained. They are just attached to the branch. Because of financial problems, they are not sent to the trainings. And there are some other prosecutors that are trained, but it's a long time that they went for the trainings. So there's that gap with the new laws that are coming in that we needed to bring them together and impact them with the new laws that are there for them to be easily managing the cases before the courts.
The training attracted 85 prosecutors from the Northern Region. Blessings Gondwe, MBC News, Mzuzu.
Women in the country have been urged to go for cervical cancer screening, saying the disease is both preventable and treatable if detected early. Member of the Association of Obstetricians and Gynecologists in Malawi, Dr. Geoffrey Kajeba, who is also a medical assistant at Queen Elizabeth Central Hospital, made the call during an outreach cervical cancer screening campaign at Kunenekude Health Center in Mwanza District. Temba Mali has the details.
The initiative has been carried out by the association in partnership with Mwanza District Hospital, but with financial assistance from the Malawi Healthcare Support, Mahekas, from the UK. Speaking on the sidelines of the outreach campaign, Dr. Kachepa said most women who succumb to cervical cancer are diagnosed of the disease in late stages.
The importance of cervical cancer screening, one, it will help us sometimes to pick the cancer at early stages. So when it is picked at early stages, the chances are high that it's usually treatable. which in other case, if the patient has presented late to our assuming our facilities and we have picked the cancer at late stage, it is quite difficult to treat. So one of the importance of cervical cancer screening, it enables us to pick the cancer in early stages.
In her remarks, in charge for Kunenekude Health Center, Elena Titus, said women in the area are expected to spend at least 20,000 kwacha on transport in order to access cervical cancer screening services at Mwanza District Hospital, which mostly puts them off.
This is very important to our facility and our community, since at our facility we don't provide the service like cervical cancer screening. So when we have some clients, we send them to DHO for cancer screening. So when they decided to come here, we were happy that our clients will receive their services at our facility.
Maheka's coordinator, Lawrence Gogodasi, says they will continue complementing government's efforts in ensuring a robust healthcare system in Malawi.
It is our aim as Malawi Health Care Support to help our hospitals in Malawi, because as Malawi Health Care Support, we realize that there is so much which is needed or required to be helped in the hospitals of Malawi. So there are a lot of problems which Malawians are facing in the districts.
Of the 44 women who underwent cervical cancer screening on the first day of the campaign, none was found positive. The campaign will roll out to other health centers in the district, such as Tulonkondo and Tambani. In Malawi, around 4,145 women are diagnosed of cervical cancer each year, and more than 2,900 die of the disease, mainly as a result of late detection. Temba Mwale, MBC News, Mwanza.
This is MBC News, a reminder of our top stories. The Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change appeals for the speedy completion of the Colongo Multipurpose Dam to avoid overspending on the project. Women in the country urged to go for cervical cancer screening for early prevention and treatment. Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority emphasizes the importance of enhanced ICT services towards the achievement of Malawi 2063.
Something big is coming on NBC. Not what you've seen before. A new force is about to hit the road. Crafted for presence, engineered for power, designed to turn every head before it even arrives. You'll hear it before you see it. You'll feel it before you know it. This isn't just another launch. It's the beginning of advanced broadcasts. Unveiling soon on NBC. Stay ready.
Welcome back. Moving on, the Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority, MACRA, has emphasized the importance of enhanced ICT services towards achievement of Malawi 2063. The authority's Director of Broadcasting, Zadzigo Mankambo, has told MBC ahead of its inaugural Innovations Awards slated for later this month. Mankambo stressed that there are several drivers without which Malawi cannot make tangible inroads in meeting its development blueprint.
These awards are about, as you know, MACRA is accelerating ICT development in Malawi. And this cannot go without others coming on board. That is why we have established this Innovation Award, so that various firms, individuals, even the youth, can come up with solutions automated solutions on how we can easily do things in various industries in Malawi. As you know, the vision 2063, every area of it has got ICT development. Without ICT, nothing can be achieved. Hence the coming in of Margaret to accelerate this development. In every country around in the world, all the countries that are doing very well, if you check their scope of development regarding ICT, it's so high. That is why we've noted that in order to get somewhere, to achieve so much within the shortest time, or to be able in the industries to achieve what we could have achieved in the long term, if systems are automated, if the way of doing things changes to embracing ICT, Malawi is going to achieve so much. That is why MACRA is key, is at the center of it all, to accelerate the development of ICT.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports and Culture has expressed its interest in boosting the creative industry by investing more in arts and culture. Director of Arts in the Ministry, Humphrey Mpondaminga, said this in Lilongwe during the launch of the Pabwalo Multipurpose Hall, a new hub designed for knowledge, arts and ideas. Madali Tomhango has the details in this report.
According to Mpondaminga, the Pabwalo space plays a key role in providing a platform for young people to showcase arts and culture, fostering creativity while preserving the Malawian heritage. He added that the space is part of efforts to integrate traditional knowledge with modern technology, allowing children and future generations easier access to arts and culture.
We are trying to integrate our interest in arts and culture, but also the adaptation of digital technologies, so that we use digital technologies to access arts and culture. Like I was saying, the first phase of the project was to document Malawian folk tales. So we have these folk tales online. So the same space will work as a hub, whereas those who are interested would walk in, access computers, go online, and see what exactly these folk tales are all about.
Chief Executive Officer for the National Library Service, Abata Selemani, said the Pabwalo space will enable the institution to provide access to tangible knowledge, contributing to lifelong learning among young people.
We are losing knowledge which is tacit, intangible knowledge, which resides in the experiences of our culture. So we said maybe if we can create a space where people can express themselves, where people can perform, maybe through their folk songs, through their folk tales, our kids, they can also learn our tradition and our culture, and we can preserve it, and then that is going to contribute to long-term, lifelong learning.
The Pabwalo Multipurpose Space has been launched through a collaborative effort involving the National Library Service, the Malawi National Commission for UNESCO, Music Crossroads, and the Ray Foundation Limited. The facility has been designed to host cultural activities, including traditional storytelling, folk songs, and cultural exhibitions. Madalito Mhango, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Founder of music promotion company Entertainers Promotion, Jay Banda, has appealed to the corporate world in the country to support music promoters during music events. Speaking after hosting a show in Mangochi district, Banda said most music promoters quit the music industry due to losses they incur after hosting music events.
In Malawi, there are very few people who support events like this. If you cannot in the east of Malawi, those who have been supporting events, they do one show, two shows, two events, then they leave. Because most of them, when you do it single-handedly, the money which you invest in that, it doesn't come back. So what I'm appealing to the corporate world is that when we do these events, please support us, because without your support, things don't work out well. Sometimes let's do something for our country, because money is not the end of everything. That they feel that they are losing, in their businesses. but sometimes doing something for your country is good.
Malawi Poor Association, MAPA, says it is committed to support the newly elected Southern Region Committee to excel in its vision. MAPA President Hastings Mbesi made the statement at Kaya Lounge in Blantyre during the Southern Region Committee electoral meeting. Mbesi explains.
I've seen that for the past 2 years, in the Southern Region, to be specific, they haven't been involved into getting sponsorship or playing league games. So my mandate actually is to actually give guidance to this committee, so much so that they should actually work hard and engage and have a running league into the region, because it's only through the leagues they are going to play. They've got a better catchment area in the southern region. You're talking of Mwanza, Mulanje, Cholo. So the catchment area is wide. So I will encourage, I'll work hard with the new committee, so much so that they should actually get sponsorship and run a competitive league in the southern region. I would want these committees actually to adopt the constitution which is already in place, so much so that we can be moving together, and the adoption of this constitution will actually give us a proper guidance into how we are going to run our activities to 2026 to 2023. So that's the vision. But into it, we have several other activities in between, so much so that once shared to southern region, the same vision shared to east and south, north, then we are actually working to attain a certain goal, one goal.
Meanwhile, the newly elected Southern Region Chairperson, Roderick Mindres, has promised to change the face of the sport in the region by coming up with sponsors in various competitions. Mindres explains.
Honestly speaking, for the past years, we had no competition, tournaments, and low level of players turning up, and we had a few players who were competing at international level, and we want to make sure that we can have more than 5 players who are going to be representing Malawi, more especially from southern region, and also want to invite more stakeholders or private companies who can help us in sponsoring, let's say, a tournament or a league as well here at Southern Region.
And that item wraps up this edition of MBC News. But before we leave, a recap of the top stories. The Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change appeals for the speedy completion of the Colongo Multipurpose Dam to avoid overspending on the project. Women in the country urged to go for cervical cancer screening for early prevention and treatment. Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority emphasizes the importance of enhanced ICT services towards the achievement of Malawi 2063. Keep up to date with our news coverage on our digital platforms by scanning the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen. You've been with me, Romeo Omari. Many thanks for watching and good afternoon.